Welcome to another GPA or Grant Prep Academy. If you're not here with us live, I invite you to come find us on TikTok. We are the Black Women in Grants page with now 68.9 thousand of you here with us. I'm so excited. I'm going to let TikTok do its thing, get y'all in this room here, and let's chat. Hey, come on in, say hello. Let's talk about grants for Black women. Y'all ready? I am. Welcome in. Come on in. Let me know if you can hear me. It's a little noisy in the background. Here's some planes flying overhead. Well, welcome Dean and Brielle and looking for Nikki, and this is not me. Welcome back. Blanton. Brielle says, oh my God, yes, how do I work with you? Brielle, tell me about your business. What do you do? Hello, Angie. How are you? Y'all come on in. Let's chat. So this is for Black women, for-profit small business owners. Those of you who are seeking grants for your Black woman-owned for-profit small business. So tell me about your business in the chat if you have a business. Brielle says she does hair and wellness, self-care products. What do you need a grant for, Brielle? Let me know. I think I'm about to bring y'all with me on my evening walk. I'm actually headed home. And I might talk to y'all while I walk and be out of breath. Hello, Carolyn. How are you? Welcome. So y'all tell me about your business in the chat. You know, that business that you started or you want to start, and a grant will be really, really helpful. If you were with us live yesterday or the day before, you may have met Raven, who recently implemented some tips I shared with you guys. And she is now $100,710 richer in her Black woman-owned for-profit small business. And she's a farmer. So, there are grants for any and everything you can think of. So, let's talk about it. So, y'all let me know what you do in your business and what you could use a grant for. And let's go from there. But you gotta talk to me. I can't read your mind. So tell me what you do and let's chat. Brielle says I need a grant to start up and keep up with my website and get inventory. What type of inventory do you need? Said I'm always looking for grants online but can never find them. Yeah, it depends on your search terms. So I'm happy to share some keywords with you if you need help with that, on what you should be searching for exclusively for your type of business. Or you can check out our mentorship program where I give you 3 free list of grants totaling over $1.2 million in funding, and look through that list that we get access to every month for Black women, for-profit small business owners specifically. And again, if one of our ladies who is a farmer just got 6 figures in funding, trust me, there is funding for you. Okay? The program is over at blackwomeningrants.com. It's our year-long mentorship called The Grant Game, just like you see on the screen, for one of the books that I'm currently working on. And it's all about how I've won over $1 million in funding, grants and grant-funded opportunities in my personal and professional life. And I share tips with you guys. So we have 300 ladies in the program. The last 10 that reported collectively have won. The number's like at 298,000 now that we've won over the last few months together, honey. So Black women grants.com is the place to be if you're looking for a little bit of hand-holding, a little bit of mentorship, some accountability, some support, but most importantly, it's an independent study course with 24 hours of learning in videos and audios and a book I wrote called Finding Funding. And it shares all of my tips and my secrets that these ladies are implementing and winning, honey. You'll get to hear an interview I did with Ashley Rankin. She is launching a new skincare line, speaking of. And she just won $10,000 from the L'Oreal Inclusive Beauty Grant. And in all, she has won about $29,000 in grants and grant-funded opportunities. And majority of that just came in the last 30 days for her. So anything is possible in our world when you know what to say and where to look and got the secrets on the application process in and of itself, you know? So I hope that helps give you a little bit more information. If y'all have questions about grants, grant-funded opportunities, ask away. I am listening. But yeah. Also, I think I'm going to open it up and let one of y'all come on and chat with me if you have questions about the grant process for your business. So let me know if you want that to be you. If you're new here, put new here in the chat. Talk to me. Let me know you're new here. If this is your first time joining us, put new in the chat. And welcome to Black Women in Grants. This is Grant Prep Academy, or GPA. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, your lead professor, teaching you my secrets to how I've won over $1 million in grants and grant-funded opportunities. So if you want to take a minute and tell me about your business in the chat, that would be lovely. Like, what do you do in that business you want to win a grant for? You can also tell me what you would do with your grant when or if you won. And let's keep the conversation going. So what questions come to mind when you are thinking about grants? Feel free to post that in the chat. Let's see. So real quick, let me ask y'all a question. If you can answer yes, if you can answer yes to any of these, put me in the chat. Are you black? Are you blessed to be black? Put yes in the chat, or me in the chat if that's you. Are you a woman? Are you a black woman? Put yes in the chat if that's you. Are you a black woman for-profit small business owner? Whether you have started your business or you will start your business, put yes, put me. Let me know. Are you a black woman for-profit small business owner who is seeking grants for her black woman-owned for-profit small business? Question mark. Put yes, put me in the chat. If you are a black woman for-profit small business owner seeking grants for her Black woman-owned for-profit small business and you're based in the United States, put yes in the chat. If you are a Black woman for-profit small business owner seeking grants for your Black woman-owned for-profit small business, you're based in the United States, and you're over the age of 18, put yes in the chat, or me. I know you might not look over 18, but do you feel it in your bones? Because that matters with the grant you apply to. Okay. If you are a Black woman, for-profit, small business owner seeking grants for your Black woman for-profit small business based in the United States of America, over the age of 18, and final thing, y'all listen, if you own at least 51% of your business, put yes or put me in the chat. Okay, so this lets me know I'm talking to the right crew. Thank you, girl. If you're new here, put new here in the chat. So I can be like, hey, cousin. Like we ain't seen each other in a long time. And we greeting each other at the family reunion, girl. Welcome to the family reunion known as Black Women in Grants. This is Grant Prep Academy, or GPA. I am Dr. AJ Austin, your lead professor for the Academy. I've won over $1 million in grants and grant-funded opportunities. And the ladies in our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com have won over $250,000 this year in our mentorship. So, I'm ready to chat with y'all. Hey, cousins, look at all our cousins in here. Ready to talk about money as a Black woman-owned for-profit small business, okay? So, Brielle, we'll start with you. Give you the option of first refusal, as they say. We've been doing audio coaching here on TikTok Live, so I want to open up the line and let you, if you're interested, come on and chat with me for a few minutes about your business, about seeking grants, some of the search terms, etc., etc., etc. If you would like, let me know in the chat, Brielle. We're going to start with you, and then we'll work through the rest of it. You don't have to come on camera. And what else did I want to tell you? Oh, you can be audio only. But let me make sure we clear the housekeeping rules. Although my background is noisy because I'm outside, you got to have a quiet background so I can hear you. We can't both be noisy. Don't be yelling at no kids. Don't be arguing with your husband or your boo. Don't be multitasking with me and talking to your coworkers. You could be driving, I guess, if you know how to drive and talk about your business at the same time. Don't get on here and be breathing because we'll hang up on you, okay? So I just gotta put it out there. I ain't gonna talk about you until you get on here. And I'll let you know, okay? She said I just turned my fan off. I'm usually sitting in front of my fan. So, you ready? Put ready in the chat. You ready for me to send you an invitation and bring you on, girl? Now that your fan off. I don't want you in there getting hot now. Okay. And then, if we have any other volunteers, we're going to do first come, first serve. So, everybody that meets the qualifications I just shared in the chat, if you want to invite, you can go ahead and send your request to join me if you meet those qualifications, okay? All right. Let me find Brielle on here. All righty, ma'am. I just sent you an invitation. Oh, if I get out of breath, I'm walking. Hello.
Hey.
How are you, girl?
I'm good.
Okay. If you get hot, you turn that fan off. Just don't blow it in our phone, okay?
So
How
tell
are you
us,
doing?
I'm good while I'm at the top of my walk, but we got about 20 more minutes, so after that, okay. Tell us who you are, what you do in your business that you're looking for a grant
I couldn't hear you.
for. Tell us who you are and what you do in the business that you're looking for a grant for.
Okay, well, my name is Brielle. Right now, I'm a nurse and I'm currently in school, but I'm working on my hair business, and I would also like to sell self-care and wellness products on the side of that. So, two separate. Um, and I'm just looking for a grant to get all of my inventory and stuff together. I got the numbers calculated and everything. I just need the money.
Right. And when you say your hair business, tell us what is that?
Bundles, raw
Okay.
bundles.
Okay. And what's that total that you came up with budget wise that you need? Like, I need at least this amount. What's that amount?
Well, just to start off, let me see. Let me look at my journal. My journal is right here. Let me look. Flip to my page.
Okay. And also, you said you were already doing some searching, so I'm going to ask you about that too.
Okay. I have down 3,500. So I'm planning to drop ship. And I know that you don't pay until you get a sale. So, and that's why
Okay.
I was going to do drop shipping, because I don't have the money. So that's why I went for that option. But if I could get a grant, I don't have to worry about that.
Right. Okay. Tell me about the search that you've already been doing. You said you've been looking for grants. It's hard for you to find any. What are you putting in when you search?
Well, I'm just grants. Just grants. I don't know how to search for them at all.
Okay.
On
And
Google. Yeah.
you wanted me to help you a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. So I mentioned we have a mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com, and we have a couple of trainings that walk you through some of the search terms and how to get grants to come to you based on what you're searching. So one of the things you can put into Google if you're doing your own search, and you do have to be careful because there are a lot of scams, and unfortunately people are falling for them because they seem legit. So if you don't know what to look out for, you definitely need more hand-holding than just what I'm about to give you, and we dive into that in the program. So add to the word grants, small business. So if you're searching small business grants, that's a great SEO term to kind of help you refine your list. Now, if you're using Google, millions of results are going to pop up, and that's where that whole, is this a scam? Is this legit? Should I trust it? All that's going to come up for you if you don't really know what to look out for, because you can click on sites and they look legit, but then you look up and they've stolen a couple hundred, couple thousand from your bank account. So it is possible to find lists of grants on the website that have been curated. I would look for like lists that have been put together by banks themselves. I'm trying to think of the one that always pops up. It's one that always comes up that's been around for a minute, but there are lists that are already put together from names that will be considered credible in the financial industry. But also keep in mind, financial institutions usually give out loans. So this is where your discernment gonna have to kick in, okay? So if you're using the term grants, small business grants, you can also use the term grants for Black women. And that should help refine your results. So those three key terms alone should get you some lists that start making a little bit more sense. But then again, it helps to have that knowledge to dive into, like, okay, well, which ones do I trust? Which ones do I click on? Which ones are really legit? And there are 25 signs of what to look for in a grant to make sure you're not about to get scammed. Save yourself some time, some trouble, and some money, okay? What questions do you have for me? Can you still hear me? Y'all let me know. I'm trying this audio thing.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, there you go. What questions you got based on what I just shared with you? I don't know why it's going in and out. Y'all let me know in the chat if you can hear me.
I'm going to
Bria,
now.
you there? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I was asking what questions you got for me based on what I shared with you. Did you get to hear everything I shared?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you hear
what
me?
questions you got?
I just had a question about your program and which one I should choose because I was on your website and I just see a lot of them.
You're on blackwomenandgrants.com?
Yes, I'd rather just join the program and get all the info instead of just asking questions on here because I don't know what to ask, honestly.
Okay, so tell me what you see on your screen because it's only one program on blackwomenandgrants.com.
I see Grant Game.
Yep, that's it. It's the Grant Game Mentorship Program. So just scroll down. It's only $97 to come join us if you click the link that gives you the scholarship to get it for that price.
Okay. I also see a 12-month one.
It's the same one. So it's 12 months long for only 97 bucks.
I see a lot of them on there though. Okay. Because I see one for $17.97, $3,600.
No, you see the value of all of the contents that's in there. So it's going to say my book is there, and the value of that book that people have paid here on TikTok was $27. The value of the masterclasses, workshops, and boot camps, people individually paid $97 each. So by the time you add up the value, it's worth over $5,000, but you guys get in for 97 bucks under the scholarship price. So just click the link at the top that says click here to join the Grant Game Mentorship for 1 year for only 97 bucks. And make sure you click the special link that's going to give you that scholarship price.
Okay. Okay,
Got
so
it.
what information do you usually have to fill out for grants?
So they usually start with like what we've been talking about since we joined is what do you do? Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to describe that in detail to where someone who is not in your industry gets it. So like how I said, you said hair business. I said, well, what does that mean? You could say bundles, but if I'm a bald head white man, I don't know what that means. So you got to be able to break it down to where whoever's on the other end of the application understands. So for example, we have a lot of people that join us that are wig makers for cancer patients. Oh, okay, well, we understand that because we can see the need for that type of business. So not only do you have to tell what you do, but tell who you're serving and why you're serving them and how it's helping them. And basically why a grant should care enough to give you funding behind it. And so we talk about all that in the mentorship as far as having what's known as a social impact, meaning that you're not only in business, but you're in business for the greater good, helping other people.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you got to have your budget, which sounds like you've been working on. So $3,500 is a great starting place because you can win one grant for that. I mentioned Ashley Rankin. She's one of our grant winners, and I interviewed her. Her interview's in the program, and she won $10,000 from L'Oreal a couple weeks ago. In their inclusive beauty grant, they gave 40 people $10,000 to start their own beauty brand. And so she's launching a skincare line, which is specifically for people with eczema. And starting in the future, she said she wants to own her own organic lavender farm, which I didn't even know that was a thing. But knowing that there's funding out there to do it is really exciting. So you'll get to hear from grant winners like her and others in the program as well.
Okay.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I'm
You got more
about to join the
questions?
program.
Okay.
No more questions. I'm just going to join the program.
Sounds
Thank you.
good. You are welcome. Thank you for being our first volunteer to come hang out. And if any other questions pop up, just throw them in the chat, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Alrighty, you're welcome. All right, let's see. Braids by Danita. You ready, girl? Put ready in the chat. You raise your hand next if you want to come on and chat with me. I'm almost halfway through with my walk, so I still got some breath in me. Let me know if you're ready. Put ready in the chat, Braids by Danita. If not, does anyone else want to come jump on, chat about your business, your grant application strategy for your business, and get some questions answered if you have them? Just put them in the chat. There she go. She ain't finna miss this blessing. Hold on, girl. Let me send you your invitation. All right, I just sent you an invitation.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am phenomenal, yet holding on. Out here trying to walk and talk to y'all.
That's what's up. So, I love this idea of having someone to walk with you, coming on live and get us to talk with you while you're walking. I definitely love that. I just want to say that I received the invite to come on to the live. I'm a bit late with what's really going on here, but I do own a braid business and I'm in cosmetology school. I don't know anything about wanting to get a grant, but I'm definitely listening with brand new ears and I'm just excited to be invited.
So what we're doing, first of all, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I've won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities. And I have a mentorship program over at blackwomenandgrants.com where I'm helping women find and apply for grants for their business and win this money. So we just talked to one lady who's a farmer. She won $100,710. Sent me pictures of the check last night, all from using what I taught her. So if you have a business and you're considering learning about grants and applying for them to help fund it, then you're in the right place. And so I've just been bringing y'all on to get your questions answered if you have any. So for some reason, I don't know if it's my phone or if it's TikTok, but the sound is going in and out. So y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all can still hear me. And then Braids by Danita, if you're still here and you have a question, let me know while you're on live with me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I was just explaining that my goal is to open a hair school, be a braid instructor,
Okay.
and of course I would need funding.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know, like I said, I don't really know what my questions are. I've never been in this chat before, but it's definitely, I feel like I'm in the right place. So I don't know what the question is right now. And when I raised my hand or waved hi, I was just saying that I joined, like I'm here. Hey y'all, I just got on.
Like, hey.
Yes, I didn't know what meet the criteria was. I didn't know.
Well, let me ask you some questions. You ready?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so how long have you been wanting to do the idea of the braid instructor?
So I've always wanted to be an instructor. I've been braiding for 30 years. And now that I am closer to retirement from the federal government, I definitely want to step into my craft rather than being a greeter at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so when are you looking to retire and launch your braid school?
Okay, so I have my early out is 57. That's in about 12 years. And I'm on the path of becoming an instructor. The criteria is to have a license, and this is why I'm enrolled in cosmetology school. Now I'll be done next year, next July.
Okay, I like that you know exactly what age you're going to retire and you're already on a path to getting your license to be that braid instructor.
Yes,
So if
ma'am.
you had to guess, how much in funding do you think you would need from a grant to finally launch your school once you get your license finished?
That's I guess that's the more on the path of whether I want to build a brick and mortar or whether I want to give online classes or just sell videos.
Okay, which one are you thinking?
I like interaction, so even if I did it online, I would definitely like this setting, like Zoom, like or maybe boot camp once or twice a year where we all meet up together, something like that.
Okay, so kind of like the hands-on learning.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. So you're more like the
Yes.
hands-on instructor. Okay. And what else, funding-wise, do you think that would need if you had to put a number on it?
Um, I really have no idea. I would say maybe 50 to 80,000.
Okay. And what would that allow you to do? 50 to 80,000.
That would allow me to purchase website to make sure I have like materials that I can send, supplies, rent or purchase, space to meet.
Okay, that's a good starter list. You got all that written down, kind of like
Yes,
building out a
ma'am.
budget for it.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So you're already on the right path. So these are some of the questions that a grant application will ask you about what you do and who you do it for and when you want to launch. You're in what we call the startup phase. And so you would need specific grants for starting up your business
Yeah.
versus a grant that somebody with an already started business would need.
Okay.
So have you ever started searching for grants or is this a new concept to you?
I never really thought about it. I'm definitely here by happenstance, but maybe everything happens for a reason.
Right. So share your thoughts so far about the questions I've asked, and now that you know where you are, you feel like you're in the right place. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking knowing that a grant is an opportunity that I would love to know more about it and know what to pursue.
Okay. What's the first question that comes to mind when you say you want to know more about it?
For one, why do I need it? For two, well, these are probably questions that I can answer myself. But for two, how do I get it? And like, is this like free money? Is this payback status? Is it, like what all does it entail? Do I have to like contract, do something for a certain amount of time? Do I have to prove what I spent it on? Is it taxable? Those are the first things that come to my mind.
Yes, those are great questions. I can't believe you've never learned about grants. You asking all the right questions, girl. So you've answered the first one yourself as to why you would need it.
Yeah.
You just said 30 to 50,000, or was it 50 to 80? 30,000 difference. That's why you need it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as what it is technically free money. You don't have to pay it back. It's not based on your credit. It is gifted and granted to businesses who want to start expanding. Maybe you want to go to a global market and teach hair braiders in Africa. You can do that virtually or travel and do it. I've gotten some invitations to South Africa myself. So it depends on how you want to grow your business. I'm not sure if you heard me share earlier that it also depends on how you're using your funding to impact the community. So the
Okay.
fact that you have a braiding school idea, you're already on the right track with what they would call social impact.
Okay.
And so that's showing how you're empowering the next generation, you know? It's
Okay.
not just about you. And grants love that when it shows that you're doing more of legacy building than just building a business that's going to pad your pockets.
Okay.
And so, for example, Ashley, who's in our mentorship, I'm not sure if you heard me talk about our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. She's one of the recent winners of the $10,000 L'Oreal grant. She's won a total of $29,000 in the last year or so. And the last 10 from L'Oreal is to launch her skincare line. So it gave her opportunity to grow.
Okay.
So it just depends on exactly what you need the funds for, how you're going to use them, how you're going to impact your community. So for Ashley, she's also teaching classes to young people about self-care and not getting stressed out. And she's partnered with the local school to do that.
Okay.
So that's her social impact. So you see how teaching and giving back and helping the community and empowerment and looking out for the next generation, all of those are great causes to get grant funds for.
Okay.
So that just gives you a little bit of idea. As far as taxes, yes, it's advised that you report it on your taxes. At least I do. I just send my information to my accountant and he takes care of the rest.
Okay.
And you do have to fill out a tax form when you're awarded. So the grant has that laid out because they're going to report to the IRS that they gave you that money as a gift. And so it is going to come up, you know, it's extra money. So sometimes it can be considered regular income. And of course we get taxed on our income. And what else did you ask? Do you got to pay it back? What do you need it for? How to get it? So over at blackwomeningrants.com is our year-long mentorship where I walk you step by step through how to get a grant based on what you need it to cover. And then you break down the expenses and look for grants that match that theme. So whatever you're looking for the funding for, that's going to have to match what they're giving it for.
Right.
And then you go and apply, making sure you're applying for the right grant that fits your business.
Okay.
But it's one thing to just find an application for a small business grant and submit it. It's a whole nother thing when you got the information that you need going in
Yes.
to how to ace the application, what to say, how to tell your story, because they're big on story. A day or two ago, one of our black women came on live with me and told me she won $100,000 just from telling her story like I teach. So
Oh.
her interview, Ashley's interview, other interviews with other grant winners are there just to set the example of coming from I don't know about grants to answer all my questions about grants. All of that is in our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com.
Okay.
Plus we have a list of grants that you have access to every month for 12 months. So that's just a little insight on what next steps could look like if this is something that you can see being a part of your funding strategy to get your school started.
Okay. That's blackwomeningrants.com.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, it's very lovely to meet you. I'm going to hang on and listen. What's your name again?
I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I'm on the screen on the
Okay.
book cover.
Okay.
So I'm usually live with y'all on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. That's part of the mentorship. And then I also do pop-ups like this one. So I just had extra time today and wanted to come hang out with y'all. So thank you for raising your hand and volunteering to come chat with me.
That's what's up. I'm not even going to wonder how I got here. I'm just going to thank God for me.
But we will see you inside the program soon.
Okay.
All righty, girl. Bye-bye.
Right. I don't even know how to.
All right, y'all. If you're hanging out with us, say hello in the chat. I'm on my evening walk. We've just had 2 quick grant coaching calls or chats with Braids Bites Anita and Brielle, getting your questions answered. So let me know if you're just joining us. Take a minute to share the live. I got like 10 minutes left, y'all. I'm almost back home. And I'm enjoying the company, holding me accountable to getting this walk done before the sun fully sets, okay? So, hello and welcome. If you're new here, put new here. And if you want to, put your business name in the chat, as far as what you do in that business that you're looking for a grant for. Now is the time to do just that. So, I definitely don't have the breath to be teaching as I walk, so I'm gonna put out another call. Do we have another volunteer that wants to come on, chat about your business that you're seeking grants for? As a Black woman for-profit small business, you can just say me, or you can send an invitation to chat. If not, I'll go ahead and wrap us up, so y'all ain't sitting here listening to me breathe hard, okay? So, final call. Anyone here want to come on, talk about finding grants for your business, get a little coaching, get your questions answered? Just put me in the chat. I don't have my glasses on. It's getting dark, so I can't see the name, but I see you're new here. Exquisite Eats Catering and Event Planning. Olivia, answer these questions and then I'll bring you on. Are you a Black woman with a for-profit small business? Put yes in the chat, Olivia. Make sure that we both making sure we're talking to the right person. So Olivia, if you're a Black woman with a for-profit small business, put yes. Also, Olivia, are you based in the US, over the age of 18, and you own at least 51% of your business? Put yes in the chat. Okay, so let me send you an invitation to bring you on and get your grant questions answered. Olivia, I don't see you in my lineup, so if you can send an invitation to come on here with me live. You don't have to be on video. You could do audio only if you would like as well. But it's not giving me an option to send you an invite for some reason. Let me see if this is you. Yeah, it's not bringing you up. So if you see the option to send an invitation, Olivia, you can. Other than that, let me try one more time. Is there anyone else that meets that criteria of being a Black woman with a for-profit small business? You're over the age of 18. You own at least 51% of your business. You're seeking grants for the business. And you want to come on live on either video or audio only. Chat with me for about 10 minutes while I catch my breath walking home from my evening walk. And let's get you some grant coaching, get your questions answered, point you to some resources that may be able to help you take your next step in your grant funding journey. So just raise your hand or put me if you meet the criteria and you want me to bring you up to chat with me for a little bit. Olivia, did you find the invite button? Hello, Sharon, and welcome. Any other volunteers? Y'all let me know. I'm usually either driving, walking, or sitting in front of my fan talking to y'all and teaching. So we're just switching it up and going live, chatting with y'all real quick. Are there any questions about anything you guys heard from the chats that we've already had today with the grant coaching? Any questions that you would like answered and you may not want to come on live and get it answered, you could just put it in the chat. If it's just me talking, I got about 5 more minutes in me. If somebody want to come on live, I got about 10 more in me. So what's it gonna be, y'all? I'm about to wrap up either way. So if you got questions, you can type them, or you can raise your hand to come on live, or just send an invite and I can bring you on. Other than that, I'm about to go. I'm thirsty. The street lights on. I'm finna get to the house. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for our volunteers that came up and got coaching. The mentorship that I mentioned during our chats is over at www.blackwomeningrants.com. blackwomeningrants.com. I will see y'all very soon. I don't see any questions, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up from here. Make sure you follow this page and make sure it's the right page with the 68.9 thousand of y'all here getting your grant questions answered, okay? I will be back Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. Let's see. Olivia said I requested. Let me check one more time, Olivia. Okay, there we go, girl. I was about to wrap it up. Hold on. Hello. Can you hear us?
I can.
Olivia, you there? Okay, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us about your business real quick. What do you do in the business that you could see winning a grant for?
I have right now, I have a small online boutique, but I'm looking for grant money so that I can start a second business where I will be venturing out into high schools and middle schools, teaching young men and women the proper attire that they would need to put on as far as going for job interviews, business meetings, resume prep, and just coaching. So that's what I'm searching for money for currently.
Okay, it's like a dress for success.
Pretty much. But,
Yeah, they
with a little
need you,
sister
girl.
twist to it.
Okay. They need you. It's a young lady going viral on TikTok right now for wearing shorts to her interview, and she didn't see nothing wrong with it. So hurry up and get this business launch, girl. Let's get you some funding.
Yes.
So what have you done funding-wise? Have you been searching for grants, or is this kind of new to you?
This is kind of new to me. I've had people tell me about grants, but I haven't really done much research on it just yet.
Okay. And what main questions pop in your head when you hear grants for this new business venture?
What are the qualifications? Pretty much the qualifications.
And are you just joining us, or did you hear our last chat about kind of what they are and what they're not?
I am just joining. I just walked in there.
That look like what
Grocery
everybody
store.
doing today. Oh, okay.
So I am just
Everybody
joining.
just jumping in. I love
Yes.
it. So tell us more about like how long you've been wanting to do the dress for success with a sister twist.
Well, I've been wanting to do it for a while. I actually volunteer with Dress for Success here in Atlanta, but they can only reach so many people, and a lot of their clients come in via referral. So I would like to start in the schools and more so get out and just show young men and women that it is okay to put on clothes. There's nothing wrong with being fully dressed and being properly dressed for certain occasions, formal wear, business attire, interviews, and just build up their self-esteem and give them some inspiration to let them know that it's okay to be covered up. There's nothing wrong with being covered up.
Right. And so how long have you been wanting to do this? Did you give me a time frame?
I'm
I might
going
have
to
missed
say
it.
this is going to be, I'm going to say for the past 2 years now, I have been wanting to do this.
Okay. And where does that passion or that drive to get something like this started come from? Like, what's the story behind that? Because that's what a grant is going to want to know. Like, what made you want to launch something like this?
I remember I was actually on my lunch break one day, and it was because I live here in Atlanta, and I was at the Honey Baked ham store, grabbed me a sandwich, and it was a young lady, and she walked in and she turned in her application, and what she had on at the time, she was, she wasn't covered up too much at all, and she was just really looking for a job and just really wanted somebody to give her a chance and opportunity to work. And as soon as she turned in her application, the ladies behind the counter just began to laugh, and they were just pretty much saying that there was no way that the young lady was going to be hired just because of the way she was dressed. And from there, that's where my passion, where that light bulb just clicked, and I was like, okay, God, I got to do something. I have all this fashion knowledge. I've been a stylist for a few celebrities, football players. I style for one of the Love and Hip Hop ladies here. I'm like, I have all this fashion knowledge. I need to take this and I need to help. There's some type of outreach I need to do, and so that was pretty much that was the starting point where I knew I needed to do something.
I love it. And that's exactly the story you tell on your small business grant applications, okay?
Okay.
That shows the idea, where it came from, your social impact, because it started with someone probably younger than you that needed the knowledge and expertise that you have. And grants love funding projects like that, that's helping leave a legacy, build up the next generation, etc.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
budget-wise, what do you think you need in funding? About how much? What you think?
I haven't really figured out a budget just yet, but as far as I want to take it, I eventually want to take it back to, because I grew up in between Indianapolis and Memphis, and I really want to take it back to my two hometowns and also reach the young men and women there in the schools there. So based on like travel, lodging, if I have to fly, airfares, I really haven't given it an actual figure just yet. And I think that's where I'm getting a little stumped as to trying to figure out how much I would possibly need.
Okay, so that would be your next step, because grants are usually for a set amount. So for example, $10,000 is one of our mentees that's in our grant mentorship program. She won $10,000 from L'Oreal, but she had to break down exactly what she was going to do with the funds. So it'll help if you know how much you need based on all that you just said, getting those calculations together.
Okay. So figure out funding. Okay.
Yeah, just like a dream day in the life of, from the time you get the call to come do the event or the class or work privately with a client,
Okay.
to you getting to them and all of that. How much is that going to take by
Okay.
the cent?
By the
And then if a
cent.
grant asks for your budget, then you'll know. But that'll also give you an idea of how much in funding you should be applying for anyway, based on how much you know you need.
Okay. So, as far as this is another question I have. A lot of the times I'm going to be driving. So with that figure, will I also incorporate like my car insurance, mileage, all that good stuff?
That's up to you, because what I was going to suggest is do the calculations for the year. So if you're doing
Okay.
insurance, do it for all 12 months. How much is that final total? Get an average of gas, get an average of maintenance, oil change, vehicle registration, but you also have to make sure that vehicle is like registered for business, all that stuff that insurance asks us anyway, like how many miles
Okay.
you're driving and all that. But do it
Okay.
for the year, even if you don't know how many times you'll go out and perform the service,
Okay.
but just have yearly figures, so that'll keep you set, because you're not gonna wait on grant funding to come through every month like it's a check. It's usually one time, and
Yeah.
you got to keep applying for future grants. So it helps to know that running total, like for the year, to do one class a month, 12 classes a year, here's how much I need, and then go out and apply for that much in funding.
Okay. All right. So okay, this is a great starting point. I'm so happy. Look, I'm writing my notes. I'm taking my notes. I'm writing my notes, Lord. Okay. Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
pretty much my biggest issue because a lot of the supplies I already have, like the rolling racks. I actually have clothing of different sizes. So I actually have a lot of the supplies already. It's just the extras, like the the travel and the if I have to fly and all that other good stuff. Because eventually, I would like to get it to the point where, especially with the schools, if I have like a small amount of children and I take them out to certain stores, Goodwills, thrift stores, consignment stores, and just show them how to also shop because you don't have to spend a lot of money to look good.
Right.
And I want them to understand that you can actually look good and not spend a whole lot of money, and just show them the different resources that are out there that will help them look their best and be on their well dressed behavior.
Right. And you can do that on film. I've seen people film themselves shopping and doing these outfit try on hauls and all that good stuff. So that could be a part of it factored into the budget for a film crew or traveling to these stores and what you spend on the outfit samples and all that. So all of that can be factored into what you ask for funding wise.
Okay. Okay. Look, I'm really excited. I'm so glad something told me just to turn on TikTok. Something said go to TikTok really quick. I was like, okay, let me see what's going on TikTok. Okay, I think that's all I pretty much what else did I need it? Now I'm trying to see. Now, is there a difference when I register the business? Because I'm here in Georgia. So is there a difference when it comes to me registering? Say I wanted to go ahead and become a nonprofit instead of for profit. Is there like a regulatory difference or agency that I have to go through?
Yeah. So hold on, I got ice in my mouth, girl. If you wanted to register as a nonprofit, you wouldn't qualify for any of the grants that we win because we're for-profit small businesses. And so they instantly say nonprofits don't qualify.
Okay.
So you just have to decide, are you going to keep it nonprofit or is it going to be for-profit?
Okay. So with the for-profit, I know with Georgia, you definitely have to go through the Secretary of State and register. I'm not sure of anything pertaining to the county that I live in. So I think I'm pretty good on the registration. I used to actually work for the Secretary of State, so I think I'm pretty good on that. So yeah,
I'm
my
here in
words
Atlanta
was
as
just-
well. And so it was only $150 when we registered as an LLC, and
Okay.
it's $50 a year to renew it.
Yeah, it is.
And then do your get your tax identification number, which is free, because some grants do ask for that. It's not a necessary requirement to get articles of incorporation unless the grant asks for it.
Okay.
So that's really like a professional decision, until you know you need it. But
Okay.
that's also something you can factor into your funding if there's something you need help with to get going. Since this is still in the startup phase, you can add that to your startup funding request.
That down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I needed. I was just more so worried about my questions were more so towards the qualifications. And so I pretty much need to figure out my funding down, you said to the cent.
Just have your budget ready, and it's going to grow, the more that you remember that you need. And it's also going to help when it's going down because you start getting funding for it. So you can start checking stuff off your list as you win grants. And we teach all of that in my year-long mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. So I know Ashfit on here is asking for more information, and that's where you can dive into what it's like to start learning about grants and what you can win them for, how to find them, what to say on the application. And this is all for-profit, Black women-owned small businesses.
But let me say blackwomeningrants.com. I'm going to put that down too. And
Yep,
it's
it
okay if I
is.
share that. I'm going to share with a friend of mine. She's actually looking to start a small business too.
Yeah, you can share it. We have a pay it forward program as well. A lot of people join us, and if they don't need it, they know somebody who does, and so they end up either paying for them to join us, or like you said, sharing it for somebody who's been talking about grants or could use some type of mentorship for the application.
Okay.
And it's only $97 for a whole year. So
Okay.
get it while the getting is good, girl.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's all I needed. Yeah, I'm very appreciative of the information I received tonight. Now,
You are
now,
welcome.
as far as submitting my information for the grant, how does that go? Is there do I go to the website and just submit the information, or do you have when you go back on TikTok and say, "Hey, ladies, it's grant time"?
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. But we do have lists of grants that I give y'all access to for the full 12 months in the mentorship. And
Okay.
so they come right to your inbox, and I teach you how to set that up on your own, so you're not waiting on me or anyone else to give you a name of grant. You have a whole list spread out for the month, and you get access to that list every month for 12 months to make sure that you're applying for legit grant opportunities, because there's a lot of scams out there too now. So
Yeah,
we teach
it
you what
is.
to look out for to make sure you don't get got.
And that's for $97. Okay.
Yep. All the information is at blackwomengrants.com. It's a scholarship, and it is first come, first serve. So a couple people on here tonight mentioned that they were grabbing it, but I don't see anything yet. I'm just now getting back in from my evening walk. So that means that button over there should still work. So if you get there and click it and it lets it go through, congratulations, you got you a scholarship to come join us.
Okay.
And so the ladies there collectively have won $298,000 this year alone in grants and grant funded opportunities. And we just talked to a 6-figure grant winner about 2 days ago here on TikTok Live.
Okay.
You missed it, but the replay is in the mentorship. So you can listen to how she won, what she won. She just sent me pictures of her check last night, and I was like, wow. Just to see it in print is a beautiful thing, girl.
It is. That's a wonderful thing.
Okay.
It is.
Yes. Any final questions before we go? Let me know.
No, ma'am. That is all I needed. That is where I need to start. And I'm going to call my closest friend. She's great with numbers, and I'm going to have her be on the phone with me for the next couple of hours.
I know that's right. Get those figures so that when you dive in, you'll know what you're asking for. Because if it's a grant and you need more than it's giving, they're going to ask you, what about the rest of the funding? How are you going to get it? So you want to have that plan laid out, starting with what you need from the beginning. So you got some homework.
I do, and I'm about to get to honey, because this is something that I feel like I've been called to do, and it's been on my heart for a long time. I said, I gotta stop being scared. I said, Lord, I gotta step out. I can't keep being scared.
Yeah, it's a great mission. So you're welcome to join us. I'm usually here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with y'all live. Like I said, I was out for my evening walk. I said, let me jump on live. Y'all listen to me breathe hard and chat with you. So thank you for raising your hand and volunteering. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for the invite. I really appreciate it. And I will let you go, honey, because I got to get here into this kitchen and wash these dishes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have
thank
fun.
you so very much. You have a good night.
Alrighty. You too. Bye-bye. All right, ladies, that's literally all I got. I finally made it back home. I got to catch my breath, hydrate, take a shower because I smell like all the outside. So thank y'all for joining me. Olivia saved the day by coming in and getting that last chat spot. So I'll be back. Make sure you set your calendar to join us. Follow this page and turn your notifications on so that you can get notified when we go live. You get your special exclusive invitation to come join us. And maybe you'll make it to the stage and chat with us and get your questions answered. We made it back home just in time. I got 6% battery life. So we're about to go. Y'all have a phenomenal rest of your night. And I'll see y'all soon. God bless. Bye, future grant winners.